This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your time is 6:53. It is time to take on your Thursday with the Morning Sprint.
Cindy Charles has details on the meeting between President Biden and Israel's Prime Minister today following a deadly airstrike that killed 7 people.
Mark tracking rain in the forecast to let you know when to expect showers at your place just ahead.
But first, let's get over to Allison Martinez with details on the new hearing scheduled today in the University of Idaho murders case.
Lawyers for Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November 2022, says his trial cannot take place in Latah County, arguing that the jury pool is biased. Kohberger's lead attorney, Ann Taylor, insists that Kohberger cannot get a fair trial, citing a recent study conducted of the local community. Kohberger's lawyers say that survey shows the population is biased. For now, Judge John Judge has ordered that the prosecution and the defense cannot have any more contact with potential jurors in the case. A hearing for that motion is set for today.
As we look at the conditions outside, we have cloud cover. We got rain showers that are to the west of us. But right now we're hovering around 40 degrees. Again, you got that humidity in the air, even some sprinkles that are in evidence. As we look at the Doppler radar, much of this is really to the west. So if you're going to be driving along I-90, you're going to start seeing that wet weather around Sprague as you continue to move west. Heavier rain showers into Ritzville and then into Moses Lake. Today, it's going to be clouds. We're going to have more sustained rain showers that are going to happen later on this afternoon. Right now, about 2 o'clock, our high today is going to be into the low to mid 50s at 54.
Coeur d'Alene police say they have proof someone yelled racial slurs at members of the University of Utah women's basketball team while they walked downtown. These are newly released photos. Coeur d'Alene police say they are looking for a silver car that was in the area at the time. The department collected about 35 hours worth of surveillance footage from the area near the resort. Detectives say the audio and video shows more than one instance of a racial slur being yelled. Anyone with information about who that car belongs to is urged to contact the Coeur d'Alene Police Department.
New details in the SWAT standoff that ended in a deadly shooting in Deer Park last Friday. The Spokane County Medical Examiner has identified the man who was killed as 43-year-old Donald Hagel. They have not released his cause or manner of death. But last Friday, Spokane County Sheriff's deputies tried to arrest him for failing to appear in court for child rape and molestation charges. After several hours of negotiations, deputies forced open the front door and a bedroom window where they thought he was hiding. According to the SEER team investigating, the officers made contact with Hagel and, quote, responded to an immediate threat by using lethal force. But we still don't know what the immediate threat was.
The Idaho Department of Corrections is searching for an escaped inmate. Daniel Eugene Palmer walked away from a job site in Idaho Falls yesterday morning. He was convicted of possession with the intent to distribute a controlled substance. The department says he may be driving a stolen black 2010 Honda Accord. Anyone who sees him or knows where he is should call 911.
We now know which Washington State University police officer shot at a student on campus last Wednesday. The department says Officer Dylan Tiedemann Mueller fired at the 20-year-old student, John Bazin, after Bazin kept moving toward officers and took his hands out of his sweatshirt pocket in what they're calling an aggressive manner. The bullet missed Bazin. Officers used tasers on him twice, took him into custody. He faces multiple charges, including assault.
President Biden is expected to speak with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today. It'll be their first conversation since Monday's airstrikes that killed 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers. Several of Israel's allies have condemned the attack. World Central Kitchen has yet to decide when it will resume its humanitarian operations in Gaza after its workers were killed. The organization's founder is accusing Israel of killing the aid workers intentionally. World Central Kitchen is now calling for an independent investigation of the Israeli strikes.
The West Plains community continues to deal with PFAS contamination. The Washington Department of Ecology issued a new order and wants Spokane International Airport to clean up the pollution sooner, as it says the airport is the group responsible for that contamination. After months of negotiations, the state agency issued an enforcement order to Spokane International. In a response, the airport says it will proceed with reasonable actions to investigate the contamination on its property. You can read the full statement on our website.
Time's running out for those impacted by the Gray and Oregon Road fires to apply for FEMA assistance and loans. You have until the 20th of this month. FEMA encourages people trying to navigate the system to visit the disaster recovery centers in Medical Lake and Elk in person if possible. You can find the information in this story on KXLY.com. A last look at weather next.